In 1990, a movie would come out set in the fictional town of Perfection, but was anything other than perfect. In fact, it was invaded by giant killer worms that slither beneath the ground and suck you down beneath. None other than Tremors.
You know the scene where Earl and Valentine are like driving and they come up on the construction guys and Earl's like, man, there's a killer on the loose. Oh man, you gotta get out of here. There's a murderer. He's gonna escape law. And then they drive off and the guy's like, oh, he's just messing with us. Well, you're standing in about the same spot as what the construction guys would have been.
You have me out here about to get drug away.
Yeah, by one of those giant worms. They could be lurking. They could be lurking anywhere out here.
I'm done. It's hot enough. They're probably over there in that water right here, though.
It is definitely hot enough. So the reason I say that is Earl and Valentine would have been going in this direction, and they would have been working on the road right here. And in the background, you can actually see this rock formation and the peak of this formation right here as they're driving away. And the guy says, oh, he's just messing with it, just pulling our leg, blah, you know, whatever.
But he's not. He's not pulling their leg.
No.
Because they would be dead too.
Better get the hell out of here. There's a killer on the loose. What? A murderer, man, a real psycho. He's cutting people's heads off. I'm not kidding. They're pulling our chain. Yeah.
Next shot, we have Val and Earl coming in this direction. And they would get right about here and they would see that all of this has become a landslide covering the road. They're gonna find the bloody hat, hard hat, what happened to those guys. But you can see this rock formation and this hillside where the guy gets drug up over it by the worm actually looks like it's butted up next to this rock, kind of like where I'm at right now. So you don't really know where the road goes past the landslide. But this is their shot, and they realize they may not be leaving.
Look out! Is there some higher force at work here? I mean, are we asking too much of life?
We've made it to Movie Flats Road. And here at the beginning, they have this rock with a little plaque on it talking about all the films that have been here. Actually, over 400 have been filmed in this location. I mean, really, like, you have the backdrop of Mount Whitney in the background, highest point in the continental United States. Look at that. That is something so beautiful it almost looks fake.
Now we are out in the middle of nowhere in this deserty, mountainous area where a lot of stuff's been shot. Bonanza, Tremors, just to name two.
Iron Man.
Oh yeah, and Iron Man.
Django.
Django. So quite a few
Gladiator.
things, along with some TV shows. So this particular area that we're in is the location of The Rock. That's what I dubbed it. But it's the area where Rhonda, Val, and Earl have just witnessed the worm. Earl and Val taking off running. The thing slams into the concrete wall. It kills it, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get it back to town to make all this money. We need a crane. We need a this and that, everything else. And she tells them that there's 3 more.
Look! Wait! We can make it!
They're walking back. One starts chasing them, and they have to go up on the rock. And then they end up spending all night on the rock and having a pole vault to try to get away, or try to get back to Rhonda's truck in order to get away. So that's the area we're in. What are you doing?
Just trying to get some air on my pits. It's hot. It's real hot.
It's only 106 out here, but the wind's blowing, so it doesn't feel like 106. And it's dry, so.
I have pit and boob sweat real bad right now.
That's
Gotta air it
lovely.
out.
Lovely stuff. So from this direction is where the concrete ditch that they jump into and the worm hits it and kills itself would have been supposedly over in this direction. They're walking back this way when they start getting chased. Now, they would end up getting chased in this direction, and here's the rock they would spend all night on the other side of Renee. So,
Oh, y'all didn't want to see that, did you? Am I standing in the way?
yeah, just a little bit. All right. Now, we know this is the location from the rock, but also in the shot, you can see these, I call them little fingers, sticking up. And you can also see this mountain formation right here that kind of goes down and then jagged like that.
This way. Up on that rock.
Up here on top of the rock, let me back up some. Right here is where they would have slept all night. And you actually get a shot as they're coming up, just like this. You can see all this in the background. This would have been their shot. Val would have got caught on this rock down here with them trying to get him before jumping across.
Hi.
So that's where they would have started their climb from before reaching the top. So Val, being talked into getting the board, would have came right down here. I don't know why I always get picked. And he would have got right about here and used his foot. Kevin Bacon's a lot more active than I am.
And he had beautiful flowy hair in
Yeah.
this wind.
I just died. Anyway.
You just died again.
Anyway, he would have came down right here to get the board, and the worm would have actually grabbed it right where I'm standing. We're trying to grab it right there. In the background, you can see this big rock formation here and the 2 shorter ones right off to the side.
Well, we gotta do something. I don't know why we always have to be me every damn time. Well, I look like an expert woman.
Now that once they would have gotten up here, you see the worm kind of casing the joint, so to speak. As he's kind of working the perimeter of the rock, seeing if he can get under it or on top of it.
Ones smell worse than the dead ones.
Renee still refuses to come up top. She's still standing on the little tiny one.
I have flip-flops on. I'm not gonna
You
bear
got slides
dog it.
on, okay? Not flip-flops, you got slides.
I'm not gonna grip the rock with my toes like this and climb up.
You might could. I mean, it's got enough grip on it. So Rhonda would actually go back down to where Renee's at to get the poles. They're going to use the pole vault.
Well, it ain't like we got a hell of a lot of options.
Always options. We just gotta think of them, that's all.
All right, well, why don't you start thinking?
Why in the hell do I always have to do all the thinking?
Who died and made you Einstein?
You guys know how to pole vault?
And they would pole vault in this direction towards this cliff over here, or these rocks. Now the rocks that they actually used to actually pole vault onto that we see in the shots, as you can tell, they're not here. They must have been brought in just for those scenes, because if I pan around, you can see there's absolutely nowhere close to this formation that they could have pole vaulted to another rock. But they definitely are going in this direction, and you can see this in the background.
Pretty good.
Our last stop here on the Tremors location video brings us to the Museum of Western Film History. That's a mouthful. Here in Lone Pine, California. Now, supposedly they have a lot of some props and stuff from the movie in here, along with a few things from the first Iron Man movie. So let's go in here and check it out. Fingers crossed, it's some good stuff. Alright, so here we are on the inside. We got a lot of stuff here. The hitchhiker. I'll show you a little bit, but we're here for Tremors. Alright, there's Iron Man, which was also filmed out here. It's the Duke.
You are now entering another dimension. From perfection to paradise. This is how the movies filmed in the area.
Tremors. Now the Jericho scene, missile scene that you see here in the picture is also filmed out where we were just showing you the location of Tremors, the rocks that they pole vault off of. We couldn't get to it. It's about 2 miles past that. The road started getting a little sandy, so we didn't want to, or I didn't want to attempt it, and we just turned around. But if you're ever out this way and you're out down Movie Road, just head on out and you'll actually get to stand in this exact location where Tony Stark stands. There's a lot of the stuff that was in the cave when Tony gets captured. Oh, there's Alan Earl on TV. Original
So
script for the movie. My bad, sorry.
Signed by actor Michael Gross.
There's the Atlanta Hawks hat worn by Michael Gross. Gross. That's his character, Bert. Old Bert. Everybody thought Bert was crazy. And here's Bert right there.
Including Michael Gross as Bert
Gross.
Taylor,
Yeah.
a no-nonsense, tough-as-nails survivalist who's ready to fight back.
There's a shot from the Jawas carrying R2-D2. Scene from the first Star Wars, New Hope film, were first graders at Death Valley Elementary School. A bunch of first graders carrying R2-D2. Now, the town that's in Tremors is no longer there. They tore all of it down. These pictures right here All of this was torn down about 3 months after they filmed, so there's nothing left. The only movie shots you can really get are the ones that we've shown you here in our video. Everything else, gone. And there's a giant screecher. Man, I think it really explodes. Or really smells. I mean,
This large puppet, powered by hydraulic motors that have been removed, worked in all 4 Tremors films and the television show. Universal reserved the right to borrow it back should Tremors 5 loom on the horizon someday.
okay. Make a Tremors 5, I guess they're gonna get that one back. There's the ugly little walking
This is
graboids.
Yeah. These snake-like appendages that came out of the beast's mouth were called graboids in front of Chang's market when he put one on display. Notice one was created as broken to mark the battles that the characters waged against the creatures.
It's a simple kind of town.
I love Tremors.
And this is from part 2.
This one's part
But
2.
something
Yeah.
strange is beginning to happen.
It's been a while since I've seen part. I think that I've only seen the first 2 actually. I know there's like 4 of them because one's like a cold day in hell, and then I can't remember what the third one's called. I think I've only seen the first 2.
From producer Gail Ann Hurd.
Oddly enough, and I love the first 2. Never saw the
We're
other
watching
2.
The Terminator, Aliens, and the Abyss.
Where do they come from? I wrote for outer space. No way these are local boys.
Comes a new kind of terror
How would they bury a whole station wagon?
in Universal's Tremors.
So we showed you guys
Kevin Bacon,
these shots
Fred
here.
Ward, and Family
Now
Ties
these up
Michael
here,
Gross star
the
in
water
a story
tower,
which follows in the tradition
the house,
of
like I said, were
classic
torn down.
1950s monster movies. Bacon and Ward play Val and Earl, the local handyman.
This is a pipe gun from Star Trek. This payphone is from an unknown film.
Communication mirror from Star Trek 5.
His first wife Heather is country music's Reba McEntire.
Here's a graboid egg from Tremors Bloodline, which I believe is the third one. I think.
Director Ron Underwood. was
Pretty sure.
chosen to
If
help
I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. So yeah, a lot of stuff filmed out here in Lone Pine, Tremors, Star Trek 5 and 7, Iron Man, Transformers 2, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, Twilight Zone, the Rip Van Winkle story, $6 Million Man TV episode, Phantasm 4, The Shadow, that was a good movie, Superman, Adventures of Captain Marvel, Lost Horizon, and then Death Valley, which is about 140 miles, I think I saw on the sign. 100 and something from here. New Hope, Return of the Jedi.
Well, we're forgetting a lot of the Universal old school monster movies were filmed, have filming locations out there too.
Yep. And then the Eastern Sierra, Scorpion King, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Werewolf, Star Trek Insurrection, and a lot of westerns filmed out here. Bonanza, one of the bigger ones. If not, probably one of the biggest western shows. Along with several of the Duke's movie. He was so American, so like his country. Big, bold, confident, powerful, loud, violent, and occasionally overbearing. But simultaneously forgiving, gentle, innocent, and naive.
Well, his shirt's still in good shape.
From The Searches, 1956. That is in good shape. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. We got his boots and the spurs and the costume. Looks like they signed the wall. cast of Django.
Cast of what?
Django.
Oh, I thought you said Jenga.
No, Django. Did you know that Jamie Foxx took his last name, Foxx, as a tribute to Red Fox, Sanford and Son? He loved Red Fox, so as a tribute to him, he made his celebrity name Fox, Foxx, like the late Red Fox.
Oh, there his is. Jamie Foxx.
Yep.
Quentin Tarantino's.
He got a big. The Lone Ranger. Hopalong Cassidy kitchenware, Cheerio cereal, and Hopalong Cassidy utensils. Huh. Hopalong Cassidy, come on, man. Lone Ranger were real popular back in the day. Hopalong Cassidy Savings Club. Them old roller skates.
But them look like skates that you could like cut somebody's throat with.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd be like doing like one of them sweet stunts. Just like
Or you go to slide on them and it makes all the sparks.
mm-hmm.
Bulk ice cream. Well, that does it for Tremors. Once again, I just hate we couldn't bring you more footage. But when you tear everything down 3 months after filming, it's kind of hard to show anything else.
But hey, we survived. We didn't get eaten by a worm out in the desert.
That's true. Or have a heat stroke or heat exhaustion.
I feel like I'm a little pink though.
It's very hot, but it's not a humid hot, so I guess that helps. We're not out here like pouring sweat like we would be if it was this temperature back home, so that's always a plus. Special shout out to our VIP Road Warrior patron, the Crip Lady. Thanks for your patronage every month. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. Catch you guys down the road at the next exit.
Keep it spooky.
Later.